Alright guys, so we have the new Super Baby 2 here, well 1 to 2. And yeah, I hope we get semi-lucky here. I don't expect we're going to get very lucky on this banner, purely because if you see my Broly summons, yeah, we got incredibly lucky. Probably the luckiest I've actually been on a banner, I would say. I think I got Broly rainbowed in under, or just over 1,000 stones, which is still like a little bit, I guess, but for a rainbow, that's like extremely good. But yeah, so I'm not expecting too much luck here. We do have the Dokkan Day tickets here, which obviously, would you say Dokkan Day tickets are probably the best thing they've added in a while? Probably, because I mean, it's a free sum, or 2 free summons on the banner. Like, yes, it's not a really good chance, there's only what, total 14 characters all up, so it's not the best, but it's a multi in a bit, technically, so it's still good anyway. I've seen a lot of people actually get Baby off the tickets here, so obviously that's a huge win. Doesn't really look like we're going to get it here, which does sort of suck, but it's okay. And then we've also got more tickets as well and stones, so I'm not sure how deep I'm going to go. Probably not too deep, but this banner, even though it's not the best, you know, it is fairly mid, I'll say that. It's good for me, which sounds weird to say, but it's good for me because there's dupes in here, or units here I can use dupes of. So it's a huge win for me, this banner, so we'll hopefully get a few dupes. I think I need one more slug, and then he'll be rainbowed. Sell the SCR Cell, need a few dupes of. I think Buhan, I'm like a few dupes off, like 2 dupes off. So overall, it is, like I said, really good mold, like really good banner for me to summon on. But at the same time, I don't think I'm going to go too deep on the banner, just because, yes, the units are good for me, but they're not really going to help out in the long run, if that makes sense. They're not good units. I mean, well, they're good units, but, you know, they're not like, oh my god, I need them rainbowed, you know? So if I get dips to them, it's just more of a bonus thing. What's it talk about? Oh yeah, now I remember. Obviously, you know, if you've seen the news, there is also a World Tournament coming up, which does sort of suck, but I'm actually semi-excited for it, purely because we get an LR Chi-Chi, which is obviously a huge win, right? Like, I've seen a few people say they want it as like a Dokkan Fest, which they can still do, obviously, but, I mean, hey, if an LR, and if they do, like, you know, pretty good animations, like they did with, who was the last replay LR? Was it Demon? Was it? I can't remember who it was now. But whoever it was, they did really good animations there for the free play one. So I'm assuming Chi-Chi's gonna have the same sort of animations. You know, I wouldn't expect anything like Broly level animation, stuff like that. Obviously, obviously it's a free play. You know, I mean, hey, I wouldn't complain, but I wouldn't expect to see that. I don't know how good she would be though, to be honest. I hope they make her really good, because she's gonna be on a few teams that desperately need the help. You know, so it would be good if they made her like semi-broken, like broken for a free to play unit, if that makes sense. So I'm hoping for that, but I didn't actually check when the World Tournament starts. It should be next weekend, maybe? Surely it's not this weekend. I don't think it's this weekend. But typically, World Tournaments, I don't usually grind it out fully for like top local, but since it's LR Chi-Chi, man, I think I think I'm gonna go in deep for the waifu, you know. Go try and get a few dupes in there. I think, yeah, top local, you get an extra dupe, I think, so that'd be a really good start to get in the rainbow. Obviously, you still get free LR Chi-Chi when you get, is it top 50 local or top 30 local? So it's not too hard to actually get her, it's just getting more dupes of is, you know, a little bit, well, you don't really have to aim for top local, it's just obviously you speed up a lot more, if that makes sense. What else is that? Oh yeah, Super 17 as well. He's actually going to be pretty good easy, I think. If they make him, you know, yet again, really good, he's going to help out a lot of teams just desperate when they need the help. So, there's good choices they've got here. It's just whether they fumble him or make him good's the next big thing. So, I guess it's all in Dokkan's hands here. But to be honest, I don't actually expect to get Baby here. I thought there was going to be like Metal Cooler from the image they showed us, the teaser. But then, like, I was thinking about it, or maybe I'm getting confused, but, like, for example, I think, yeah, Legends, for example, when they do their teasers, it's normally for, like, the banner unit, not the actual the new unit itself, like new LF or Ultra, for example. So, you I can see why the teaser was for Trunks. That does sort of make sense with the red evil eyes. But like the way they portrayed the image looked like the cooler army on top of the hill sort of thing. That's why I'm like, yeah, it has to be cooler, but no, it was Baby, but I guess either one would have been a good choice anyway. I wonder if we can get a Super Easy A as well for the celebration. I hope we do. A few Super Easy A's could definitely help out a lot of teams as well. Was there any other new events? I don't think there was. Oh, no, there was another few events. I can't remember what they were though, but I think there was another one new event and another few more stages on other events. So it's good that Dokkan's starting to put out more content. I mean, a lot more than the last campaign we're in. I actually don't know why we didn't get another Easy A before this celebration. Like, I thought last week we would have got maybe another Easy A for like 2 LRs or at least a TUR. But they just decided, nope, yeah, we don't need another Easy A, which does... I mean, the celebration itself, I'd say, it was still good. It just wasn't the best. They could have made it a lot better the last week there. So, they didn't really live up to the name of, what they call it? Something the heat, turn up the heat or something like that. So, they didn't quite live up to that standard, but I think overall it was good. I just think a lot of people expected too much in that last week. And I think that's why a lot of people are saying it's straight up bad. I mean, we've had way worse celebrations than that, to be honest. Like, there's definitely a few we've had. But I guess when you look at it another way, that was meant to be a huge celebration. So not going out with a bang sort of probably was a big L in the end. But who knows? They could be planning something really huge. I mean, we have got that new game-breaking update coming out in... Is it a few months or next year? I think it's next year. Because I think they got the game... Like the fan meetup in a few months. I think. I could be getting confused. I know there's like a fan meetup where you can actually test out the new game mode coming out or game mechanic. So that's going to be very interesting to see how good that's going to be. But it also scares me as well, right? Because when you do like a game breaking update for any game, not just Dokkan, just any game in general, if they make it that once this update rolls in, you can't actually go back, and it's like a horrible update, it could massively impact the game. I don't think Dokkan would be silly enough to do that, but it's always scary for me to think of when it's like a huge update, because I've seen plenty of other games that have implemented a huge update, which some have like, boomed from and got really well. Like, I guess you could say with Dokkan, their big boom to make them really popular went from like the old super attacks to like actual proper animations, which obviously helped them become the company they are now and how popular it is. But with other games, if they do like a game breaking update like that and it goes the other way and it's a bad feedback and it's already too late, the game pretty much is dead. That's the scary thing. But by the way they made it sound at the... I think they showed like a little teaser of it, the last fan meetup, where they showed Broly animation. I think a few players there actually got to try it out. And I think they said it was still pretty good and didn't actually... What's the best way to explain it? You can still play how the game is now. This is just like a separate mode, which I'm fine with. If that's what they're going to do, that's completely fine. Because it's not gonna massively impact the game where it's like, if it's the worst mode we've ever seen, they can't recover from it. They can just get rid of this new mode like instantly, sort of thing. So to me, that's still a good idea. If it is good, they have, it's obviously gonna be a good way to push the game forward. But if it's bad, they can just quickly get rid of it and no one's really gonna notice. But I hope they bring like chain battle or something like that back. I mean, because actually it has... I just saw the perfect example that I'm talking about here with the game updates. And it relates to Dokkan, right? They got rid of Chain Battle, which Chain Battle was... It was good, but it obviously needed some fixing. That's completely understandable. But instead, Dokkan got rid of it and bring the Million Player Arena, I think it's called. And that mode was was just pure dog shit. That was just... Like... I can't even put into words. Like... I understand the concept they had behind it, but the execution of that event was just... you can't even put into words how bad it was. And then, like, to make it even worse, the top players in the world that actually got the title and all that were just cheaters anyway. So it defeats the purpose of having a proper tournament, and the players just cheated anyway. And when you think about it, that's actually worse than Chamber. I don't think Chamber actually had any, well, they probably had some cheaters in it, but I guess a chain battle, it didn't really matter exactly where you placed to get good rewards, as long as you're in like the top 1%, 2%, whatever. Where like the million player arena, you had to be within, was it top 10 or top 20? Like players to get this title and all that sort of thing. So to me, that was just a horrible idea. By the way, our luck here for summons aren't looking too well at the moment. We haven't got that many copies of stuff that I was hoping for. Like I said, I didn't expect my luck to be very good here, just because of how lucky we got with Broly. But I think what I'll do here, because I do like this thing with the pity here, so what I'll probably try and do is, once we eventually get Baby, I'll then go into the pity shop and just get another copy there. And then I'll probably be it for my summons. I might do a multi here and there, but I don't think I'll go too deep on the banner. We'll see. Like I said, there's a few units here I do want to get rainbowed. I don't really need them rainbowed, if that makes sense. It's just a bonus for me to sort of summon here. Okay, this animation here has to be Baby, right? Surely. This make the most sense. Let's see, Beerus. That Beerus, like, silhouette always reminds me of Ella Beerus. Oh, there he is Baby. I don't know why. Right, so now we got him. We probably won't go too much deeper in the banner, I don't think. Actually, is this another Baby here? We got, it could be. I haven't, oh, that's right. Yeah, that Beerus silhouette, every time I see it, I always think of the LR Beerus. I don't know why, even though like they have a different pose altogether. Like, I just remember like back in the OG days of Dokkan, when I first got him, I was so excited for LR Beerus. So I guess it's just a mental image every time I see a Beerus. It's like, oh my god, it's another one, but I mean, I don't need it now, he's already rainbowed, but it's just that the nostalgia kicks in when I see him. Yeah, we'll actually finish off these rotations here. Then we'll probably wrap up the video. Another fusion, maybe? No. Yep. What does that talk about? I don't know how long this is this a celebration we got going on, or is this a normal might be just a normal drop here, normal monthly unit here. I don't think it's gonna be anything too special. I probably should check when World Tournament's gonna be, because I want to try and make sure I have enough time in that period to grind it up, World Tournament. Because like I said, I am gonna try and get first local, so hopefully I don't get a really sweaty local pull, so I don't have to try too hard. But because sometimes I get like fairly lucky where I am, because like in Australia not many people play it, so like play Dokkan. So if I get in my sort of local pool, it's actually fairly easy for me to get, well, not fairly easy, I still feel like over 100 mil, which is still a lot, but it's not as much as I've had to grind before. Like, I think the highest I've gone is like 300 mil. But yeah, that's going to test video, guys. If you guys actually summon this banner, let me know you guys went, if you got lucky or not. And yeah, if you guys are fearing you want to see more, please like and subscribe. And I'll see you as I win the next one.